far as I can, as far as I can, yeah. My thoughts in it, as far as I can. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. Yeah. If the eye still is, I'm blessed on it. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home, but I'll find my way. I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you young people to realize that Antigua has a culture and it's very much alive and well, and it is something that will help us to be rooted and grounded so that when we travel or when we become great people in life, because we're not going to just be staying in one place. This is a world that has made itself, well, like they used to say, it's a small world after all, that we learned when we were growing up. It really has become a small world, especially with how quickly this virus was able to spread. It tells us how much we can travel abroad, we can go different places. But one of the things we want to let our young people know is that once you do that, you want to make sure that you still have Antigua in your heart, because Antigua is home and it's the place that you really want to make sure you continue to carry that culture with you and share it with others. Let them know that you are proud of who you are and where you come from. So this is the focus of our show. And this morning we are doing a special independence celebration. We want to find out how the schools are celebrating independence, how the young people are celebrating independence. We're going to have some independence music, or some cultural music, I should say, and we're going to be talking about some of the different things that's happening around Antigua with the young people, as well as some of the things that you can actually look out for during the independence season. So stay connected with me, Auntie Dia, right here on ZDK Liberty Radio.
We say we are patriots and proud Antiguans. Now it's time to make we chat and put we words to action. This nation crying for a pandemic and we engine stall. And it's our duty to answer when the nation call. If we really want this nation move on, every citizen, the coronavirus, everyone must get up and get. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
Yes, so this is Young Destroyer right here giving us some very powerful lyrics. I love it. All hands on deck. If we really want to overcome this pandemic, we all better put our hands on deck. And that means you too, the young people. We should all play our parts. I know I saw in the news that the police commissioner was expressing the importance of wearing our masks, to make sure that we don't just protect ourselves, but we protect each other. So let's just get all hands on deck as we work to make sure that we get past this thing as quickly as possible, and we just continue to enjoy life. I'm going to start off by going back into the school system. I know that a couple of weeks ago, I had an educator there, Miss Monica Brown, who was suggesting that the students could celebrate the independence with a collage at school, where they would get pictures of different national heroes and different things, and just place them nicely on a huge chart or even on the walls in the classroom. So the St. John's Catholic Primary there, that's one of the things that they did. But something that is also, they had something extremely interesting, and I had a quick peek of it, and it was really amazing, where they decorated the doors of their classroom
with different things that represents Antigua. They had different models of the sugar mills and so on. It was truly, truly, truly amazing to see that our children are so crafty and talented, and they were able to, like the teacher said, they were able to use their knowledge from the social studies lessons, all the other aspects, and just put everything together. The visual arts department as well, very, very important. And they were able to put all of that together and do something that represents the Antiguan independence. It was different from the usual program, but I still think that that school came out on top doing something like that. It was really amazing to see. And if you get a chance, you could check it out as well online, where the Irene B. Williams School there. They did an extremely, extremely good job. So we want to give them a nice thumbs up this morning.
Because what took years to build would take one day to break down. So let common sense prevail between council and government. Only a united people can save our independence. If we really want this nation move on, come on everyone, let we make a contribution. To build a progressive nation, we must be more circumspect. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Let's combine our intellect with good morals and etiquette. Plus all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
I love this one by Young Destroyer. They're saying we surely need all hands on deck. We're gonna work together. Despite of our differences, of course, we have different personalities, but we want to teach the young people that when you work together, you can do something so amazing. And yes, I'm still on the Irene School, as they did something about Pride Month, and they incorporated the Antiguan independence celebration into that. And the initiative was to help them to just take pride in the things that they do, take pride in their school, take pride in their country, showcase their talent. And it is so amazing that they were able to do that. I would love to see and hear what the other schools did. I was told that the most of the students were seen in town yesterday, Friday, wearing their independence outfits and their national colors and so on. So that is also truly amazing to know that our children, despite being in a pandemic, that they were still able to celebrate and recognize the independence in Antigua, which is so significant for us. It's something that we really, really, really want to make sure that we continue to instill in our children. Yes, I know that we celebrate the carnival as the greatest summer festival, but our independence and the work that was done by our forefathers, by our ancestors, and I'm going back to Papa Bird again, just the work that they were able to do, be revolutionary. We want to make sure that our young people know that this is so important, to have that kind of attitude, to continue to be revolutionary, to continue to dream big and want to do great things. I'm just excited about all of that. And again, I love what the Irene B. Williams School did. So if you didn't see them, check them out online. Everything is social media now, and see all the great stuff that they were able to put together. Very, very good job.
We committed to the cause. Shout that name. Shout that name. I take that back, Buddha. We love you forever. We love you forever.
It's the whole bunch of King Fire.
Black and gold, blue, white and red. National costumes, honors full bloom. Beautiful flag on parade.
Salute for me that
Yes, so we are listening here to King Fire. I was told by my tech guy, I love this guy. He's very good with me this morning. That is, it's an old one, but it's actually very, very significant. And that's the power of music. That's why I continue to challenge those who have the talent in producing music in Antigua to choose the lyrics selectively because music usually stands the test of time. I just want to say a special good morning to all those joining me on social media. Special good morning to Benny over there in Florida, connecting with me right there on the Learning Academy via the YouTube channel. Special good morning to you too. Special good morning to those who are joining me as well on the Facebook Live ZDK Liberty Radio page. Good morning, good morning. Miss Bernadette, it's so exciting to have you. I see you and I'm smiling already. Blessings of God. However, I am grateful to be alive. Freedom to worship God without hindrance for families and friends. That is amazing, Miss Bernadette. I am so excited that she always connects with me. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Thank you for connecting on the Facebook page there. Good morning to all of you. This is ZDK Liberty Radio. I am your host, Auntie Dia, and this show is called Youth Envision. You can connect with me in so many different ways. You can listen live via radio, or you can connect on our Facebook page, ZDK Liberty Radio 97.1 FM, or you can connect on YouTube. So it's all about where you want to connect with us this morning. We are talking about Antigua's independence. We want to give the youth some more information. We're listening to different songs produced by local Antiguans from back in the days, from current. I know that there is an event coming up. I'm going to be giving you a little update on the different activities that will be taking place this year. It's not the usual where we would be having the youth rally and the young people doing their cheerleading competition. I know some of them were looking forward to that. I saw a few clips from last year's performances. The students really were excited about that. But you know what? Next year, by God's grace, once all is well, we're going to come better, right? I just hope you keep planning and get ready.
we love you forever. When things get tough, we show resilience. When things get tough, we get to the cause. When things get tough, yes, still we strive for excellence. Because we committed to the cause. Shout that name, that name. Antigua, we love you forever. We love you forever. Ay, ay, ay. Come, let us work together to build a better Antigua, appealing to one and all, the old and young, the big and small. Everyone, put a hand, time to start. Come play your part. This country is yours and also mine. We must put our differences behind. Work hard, always give your very best, because hard work is the key to success.
I like this one by Young Squealy. I know we played it last week, but I'm playing it again this week because I think that, we can probably use it as a little theme song for the young people. It said, work hard, doing your very best. These are, again, powerful lyrics that help us to understand what we can do or what we can accomplish when we work hard. I mean, if you want to pass your test and stuff like that, you got to know that you're going to have to go over your notes. You're going to have to pay attention in class. You're going to have to put in the effort. It's not what we call a bird course where you just fly through it. You have to put in the effort. You have to work hard. And that is something I like about this song. So let's just take it again from the top. as we celebrate Antigua's independence, we want to work hard. And again, I'm going to highlight the Irene B. Williams School again, secondary there, for working hard. And they said they had so much fun doing that. And they really put on a good show. Just working hard, what you can do. Great fruits.
Come, let us work together to build a better Antigua, appealing to one and all. The old and young, the big and small. Everyone, put a hand. Time to start. Come play your part. This country is yours and also mine. We must put our differences behind. Work hard, always give your very best. Because hard work is the key to success. It's our obligation as residents and citizens to demonstrate loyalty to country and not party.
Yeah, so it's our obligation as Antiguan citizens to do what we're supposed to do for the advancement of our country. And young people, as you're listening, I want you to know that it is your mantle. You're going to be taking on the baton after those who are currently here. So it's time for you to really pay attention and get involved in what is taking place. And this independence, I just want to share with you a little bit of what is the calendar of events. I know it's not as a hype, as you would say, or lit, as you would say, as before or last year, or what we would want it to be, but there's still a few things that you can get connected with that is going to help you to just stay in touch with what is taking place. I'm just going to run through the list quickly of the program for 2020. We know that the COVID has really changed things around, but we're still not backing down. There are a few things taking place. I know on the 25th, which is tomorrow, there's Independence Thanksgiving service. And as the St. John's Pentecostal Church, it will be live. I'll be in Facebook Live. The 26th, the Monday the 26th, there's National Heroes Day ceremony, 10 a.m. live as at Heroes Park. There's also a virtual solo dance competition. You see, we're doing it online. Everything is online right now, and we're still going to get it done one way or another. On the 27th, there's Golden Age celebration, various communities in Antigua. I remember we shared a couple of weeks ago that Param Tong, we spoke about Param Tong, we spoke about Freetown, saying that they were the center of the island and all of that. A little bit of history there for you. The 30th is National Dress Day, also National Youth Day. You have a day. Young people, you see, there's a day for you, presented by the Youth Department. So you got to pay attention to that, the Department of Youth Affairs, something to look forward to. On the 30th, there's also the Virtual Film Festival, Independence Virtual Calypso Monarch, which is the event that we are listening to most of the songs for, by Young Squealy, Sahara, and the others at 8 p.m. Virtual Independence Calypso Monarch. I like that. We need to have some more music being produced during the independence season. Here's another challenge for you, those of you like Tian Winter and Claudette and TZ. I'm challenging you to get that ongoing for the young people. Get us some nice independent songs, some nice patriotic songs rather, with some powerful lyrics that the young people could dance to just as much as you do during the carnival season. And on the 1st of November, we know what it is. We know what day that is. This is the Independence Day in Antigua, where we'll be having the ceremonial parade and the national awards. I did do a little run around the stadium and saw that the officers were practicing and preparing for that. So I'm sure it's going to be good if we just tune in, live as well. And on the 2nd of November, Barbuda Activities Day or Day Activities. This is very good. We have a few things happening this independence. So students, we want you to just lock in and make sure that you become a part of it, put in your own ideas as well. Maybe we should have something where we get you to pitch your own ideas, have a little competition here and there for you, where you can demonstrate your talent, or even in writing or in art, in different ways. Maybe you can produce your own song, write your own song. Who said you have to wait until you become a certain age? You could do it right now if you have the inspiration to do so.
I'm proud of the face of the jobs that the whole. There is pride in different things in this world, but I am proud that my mom gave birth to me in an island of the Caribbean Sea. A diamond pearl radiant as a star in the beautiful island of Antigua. And in my land, I can attack the government, and yet I could walk freely through Parliament. I could have posed today and yet tomorrow. Eat and drink with leaders I could. I could be broke, no job, and yet for all I would die from hunger and thirst. And I am free, what the right and wrong, to express my views with pen or tongue. That is why I hail theme song. Antigua is where I belong. My nation, it's a girl in the Caribbean.
King Obstinate here, giving us all the freedom and the liberty that we have here in Antigua and Barbuda. What we can do with the politicians, what we could tell them, how we can express ourselves freely. One of the things I admire about the politicians, they bash each other on the platform, but then they shake hands afterwards. So people, we really should not take it personal when they do these things, okay? That's just something to highlight. I like, when you have a distinctive voice, you can be recognized anyway. So that was King Obstinate. They're giving us some nice lyrics again. I truly enjoy this one. This is interesting. Take a listen.
To face a firing squad, but in Antigua, every fowl and fish could hear the views and demand what they wish. No violence, no hurt, no anger, for everyone live and love together. In my land, I could call on my government to give account and say how my taxes is spent.
Are we really doing this here? Are we really calling on the government to know how our taxes are being spent? I mean, again, this is lyrics here teaching our young people to be brave. I mean, the government is placed there. They are elected by the electorate. They're elected by the people. And if we have the voice, why not ask? Why not hold them accountable? And that's something we want to instill in our young people, is to have our leaders be accountable to the people. Let us know what you're doing, what is going on. Be transparent with the people. We want to know. And young people, we want to empower you. We want to ask you to just go out there and be your very best. Be able to take a stand for something, because that's what our ancestors were able to do back then. Take a stand, be courageous, be bold. And that's why we are independent today, that we can celebrate years of independence. Antigua is still very young, just 30-something years, still very young. But we have gone quite a few, we have advanced in quite a few ways. And we're still working. We're still a work in progress, but we can continue to do it. If we put, again, like the others said, put all hands on deck and work. And we have to have a vision. Where do you see Antigua? How do you see yourself as a young person living in Antigua, contributing to the country? Yes, you might say, okay, this is not how we want it to be, but what is, by just identifying the problem that you see now, how can you as a young person grow up to become a leader, or to do it in a different way, contribute to the advancement of Antigua, to take it to a new level? I know that there were some young people who were expressing their concerns with our ability here in Antigua to do things online, and Corona came to teach us that we really need to progress in that area, using technology to make sure that we can offer proper services online to the people, because of all the social distancing and getting things done. And there were some young people I know that were expressing their concern about that online, and they were talking about the ticketing app, which is actually very revolutionary, done by our young guys there, who showed us that we can get tickets through online right here in Antigua for our events. I know that kind of cut down a little bit now, but it was also a revolutionary idea. It's innovative, and that's something we want to do. Inspire the young people to think big, be innovative, create things. How can we, as an independent nation, come up with grand ideas on how we can continue to advance our country?
throughout the history, to be fought with oppressive laws. Throughout the history, freedom was the only cause. It was a relentless struggle that we waged for hundreds of years. And to win with freedom, we shed blood, sweat, and tears. But our blood, sweat, and tears, it's still shedding. All over, black people still dying. And Christians, stab you and be strong, let's stay yeah. This nation, we ancestors, dreams got to live on. So let us all stand up with conviction, join in every hand, right across the land. Antigans, Barbudans, we must fight every challenge to end slavery. Must defend we independence fiercely.
Okay, we're listening to Richie Francis. I'm laughing because I'm not very good with names, but I was able to remember that. I'm correct, right? Yes, I got it. I am so correct. I just want to go back to say good morning to all those joining me on social media, making fun of me and saying I can't dance. Hey, I can dance, okay? I can dance in my own way. I'm proud of my dance. Yes, Betty, you're having a fun time with me this morning, laughing at my dance, but it's okay. It's okay. Special good morning to Miss Handy there, telling us good morning from Guyana. Guyana, nice. Guyana in the building right here on ZDK Liberty Radio on our Facebook page. Good morning to you, Miss Phyllis Maria. Good morning, good morning. Blessings from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for connecting with me on Youth Envision. I am your host, Auntie Dia. I always have a good time on this radio station when I come in the morning, just laughing. I know it's the morning, it's early, but young people, you need to get up, wash your eyes with some water and get up and enjoy this time with me. It's so amazing. We're having a good time. I'm enjoying some music there from back then and even now. There's the Calypso Monarch coming up. There's some music from that. I'm just highlighting a few things taking place in Antigua this week. There is plans to increase our livestock production. We need to get into growing our own food. I had a discussion over during the week there with some young people, and they were talking about the food that we eat. And somebody was saying the provision that we eat today is not the same provision from yesterday. But you know what? If we try to grow the things that we possibly can right here in Antigua, and we support the other islands who are producing, like Dominica and so on, who are producing on a much larger scale, we are still able to eat healthy. But we need to look into sustainable development. Another thing that we need to look at as young people is growing our own food. Cutting out the fast food. I remember that was something that my young son, dear Declan, mentioned when we were talking about why we love the Caribbean and why we love our culture. And he mentioned about cutting off the fast food. Yes, we can have fast foods on Fridays. We can call it Spoil Me Friday and have Kentucky on Friday. But during the week, why not have some spinach? I know kids just don't like their greens. I'm not sure why, but anyways, we need to start growing and thinking big about that. One of the things I remember the Ministry of Agriculture doing during the pandemic when it started here in Antigua was to give out seeds so people could start growing and planting things. And, I think quite a few people were able to grow different things, and it was really good. So that's something that we can look at to sustainable development in our country, looking at ways to sustain ourselves and to be independent, not just by word of mouth, but independent in terms of our own food, having that, growing our own food. Do you know how amazing that would be? Cutting costs in another way just by being able to do that. This is just some amazing plans right there. I hope that the government continue to fund different things. There's another thing I would like to highlight, especially this morning. There's a particular barber shop in Antigua who is doing a great, 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 great job, in highlighting Antigua's independence. It's like a mini museum, and it's called Wags Barbershop. Wags Barbershop. I want to speak a little bit more about that, but let's listen to the song that's playing now. Let's listen to some good music as we continue to enjoy this morning's show.
Antigua remains a sovereign country. We've been through the fire. We've been through the pain.
Fire.
We survived the drought and the hurricane. The struggles may come, we fighting still. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Not to we elbow, not to we wrist. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Together we fighting any crisis. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Open your mouth and proudly say it. I'm an anti-gun to my fist.
Open your mouth and proudly say who you are as an Antiguan, as a Caribbean national. You know, you should be able to do that no matter where you roam, no matter how far you travel. You should be able to do that. I'm also very grateful to all those who are joining me on the Facebook page there. I have people locking in from Guyana, people locking in from Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning to you, Patrick Eugene there. He says, bonjour, Netisha. Hello there from St. Martin. Okay, so we have a little bit of French there. Just Caribbean people, we are so diverse in our culture, and we continue to highlight Antigua's independence. This is a powerful one there by Sahara. We're listening to right here on our radio this morning. Continue to listen. Stay connected.
And though we may have our differences, we learn how to love and how to forgive. We've been through the fire, we've been through the pain, we survived the drought and the hurricane. The struggles may come, but we fighting still. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Not to we elbow, not to we wrist. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Together we fighting any crisis. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Open your mouth and proudly say it. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. We fighting. I say we fighting. United we stand the patriotic. I'm an anti-gun to my fist.
United we stand. Be patriotic. You know, this is something truly amazing by Sahara. I like when we have lyrics that can empower us, that could help us to start our day right, that could speak life into us, that could just help us to understand that we can do things about the Antiguan culture, or even in the Caribbean, that we can be proud of. We should not be ashamed of where we come from. So if we begin to do innovative things, if we begin to put our hands to the plow and truly envision what our country could be and the things we could be, somebody mentioned, Benny, they mentioned about, advancing as CARICOM nationals, as Caribbean people, and, being able to put our heads together and work as a team, uniting in different aspects. There's so much that we can accomplish, in terms of our education system, in terms of entertainment, in just various ways, that we wouldn't even have to travel far and wide to get certain things, but we can get right here in our country. Like I said, it's our home. Why not make it what it can be? Why not make it something amazing, something we can enjoy and be proud and say, I am an Antiguan national to my face. I am a Caribbean national, and I'm proud from where I'm coming from, and express that far and wide wherever we go. So this is what this show is designed for, is to empower our young people to steer their vision into dreaming big and having amazing plans for how we can advance in the Caribbean. Where do you see us? I mean, a lot of people, young people might say, okay, we want to travel, we want to move out of here because nothing is happening here, nothing aguan, like they would say. But at the end of the day, if we don't try to advance, if we don't try to change, if we don't try to make it what we would like to see it become, who's going to do it for us? Who? Our grandparents, they already did their part. So we might as well get the thinking, start being innovative. And even while we go to school and we're trying to figure out who we are and what our talents are, we can think of ways that we can, we could do it that will help to advance our country, how we can contribute to the advancement of our country. So I like this one again by Sahara. She says, we are Antigans to our face.
Pain. We survived the drought and the hurricane. The struggles may come, but we fighting still. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Not to we elbow, not to we wrist. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Together we fighting any crisis. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. Open your mouth and proudly say it. I'm an anti-gun to my fist. We fighting. I say we fighting. United we stand the patriotic. I'm an anti-gun to my fist.
United we stand and be patriotic. A very patriotic barbershop I want to point out is Wags Barbershop. This person did not pay me to do this, but I saw it and I feel that it's something I really wanted to share. The young man had quite a few things on display at his barbershop, different artifacts, the old grinder that you could use to grind the coffee or even grind meat. He had a piece of petrified wood. He had the old kerosene lamp. I mean, there's just so many different things. The old singer sewing machine, different things. I mean, the grandparents, you need to come out, go in the back of the closet there and pull out the stuff that you have and put it on display. Call your grandchildren to your feet and let them sit down with you on the porch, on the gallery, whatever you call it, or under a tree, taking in some cool breeze, and share with them your experience of what it was like growing up. I know that we try to do a lot of things differently now. I mean, there was the coal pot. I mean, people say that food tastes much better when it's cooked on a coal pot. Now we have the microwave. We need to slow up the little microwave generation that we have and show our young people just how amazing it is. There's also that iron that you could put on the heat, and then on the coals, and then you use it to iron your clothes. Show your grandchildren these things. Don't let them not know about it. Pass on the tradition. Keep the culture alive, not just in Antigua, but throughout the Caribbean, because our young people are losing sight of who they are and where they came from. And sometimes they're beginning to become too entitled. Young people, I'm sorry to say it, but sometimes you think that you're a little too entitled to too many things. And I want you to understand that you have a blank page to go out and write your own story and to do great things, just like your ancestors did when they paved the way for you. So I want to empower you. I want to encourage you this morning to don't believe that the world or even your parents owes you anything, but that you have the choice to go ahead and advance different things. Like the singers and the calypsonians are telling us, we work together, work with your friends, team up with your friends, work on different projects, just like we had the ticketing app, being created by a team of people. You can do different things with your friends, or you can do it on your own if you so desire. Come up with different plays. We had a theater arts teacher some time ago, creative arts. Put your creative juices together, let it flow. And just think of different ways that we can do things to advance our country and to make it a better place.
A nation that's divided against itself cannot stand. So it's time to tame the West monster here in this land.
Okay.
At the table of nation building, every single idea contends, and so no one should have to vote against their conscience. Just stop, look at the system that have us bound. Where to climb up, you must pull your neighbor down.
I want to stick right there. He said, "Where to climb up, you must pull your neighbor down." I just want to highlight again, like I was saying, we work together. If your friend is doing something, and you see that it's good, you support your friend, and that's how we advance as a people. Is to support each other, be happy, and celebrate your friend. That's why we try to be grateful. That is another type of attitude that I want to instill in the young people. Is not to be envious, but to be inspired by the advancement of each other. So if you see your friend doing something and it's good, you support your friend. This one is taken from 2016, taking us a little bit back there. Caricom Man doing that one for us. It's a very good song right there. But I want us to understand that we have to help each other. Build stones, build blocks together. We do it together as a team and encourage each other. The person might not be able to be confident in themselves, but you can see the vision in the person. Young people, I want you to know we believe in you as your teachers, as your parents, as adults. We want the young people to know that we believe in you. And if we can believe in you, you can believe in yourself. And you can also believe in each other. And I want to charge the adults as well. Support each other too, so that the young people could see and they could model what we are doing. So if you see a young person starting a business, even right now, we have different people starting their own businesses because they are out of a job or different things. Let's support each other. That's what they call buy local. Buy local, instead of ordering it online, support the young person. And those of you who are young entrepreneurs who have businesses as well, I want you to also remember that you want to be able to produce proper services as well, because sometimes we try to support each other, but the service is not as good. So help us to help you as well by providing us with good service, courteous service, smile. People, I mean, life, these things are a choice. We could choose to be grumpy, or we could choose to be happy. We could choose to be depressed, or we could just choose. It's a choice. And I want us to choose to be supportive of each other. I want to say good morning to Carol Smith. She's saying that she's cold. Oh, wow. It's that time in the US. I know. It's getting to that winter season. Be safe, be safe, be safe. She wish she was down here. She's also saying about justice. And that is something, again, we want to also look at. Looking at our justice system, our legal system, just different aspects of our country. So if you, as a young person, you want to become a lawyer, you should be focusing on the justice system in Antigua and looking at ways that you can change it, looking at ways that you can enhance it as a young person. Because as we develop, or as time passes by, we want to look for ways to advance. We want to look for ways to do better. We want to look for ways to get better, not be stuck in the same old ways. There's a Prophet Grant there in our All Saints. He always talk about being stuck in the same old way. If you're stuck in the same way, you will begin to stink like water that stays there for so long. He says, ew. Good morning to you, Prophet Grant is there. He's also a very good personality guy. I love this guy. Good morning to all of you connecting with me far and wide, connecting with me via the YouTube channel, connecting with me on Facebook Live, connecting with me by just listening to the radio. I know some of you out here listening and you are not calling me, but it's okay. I'll give you the chance to call me when you're ready. I'll wait. I can be patient. I can be patient. I want to say a special good morning to a very, very, very good friend of mine there in Dominica. His name is Carlisle Winston, my school friend there, helping me to grow up and have fun. We really had some good fun days growing up, didn't we? Eating guavas, eating mangoes. When we were growing up, fruits were our snacks. We used to enjoy picking that on the side of the road, walking home from school and just having a good time. And Carlisle was sharing with me a few things that was taking place in Dominica in the primary school section, where they were building different toys that were used back in the days, the box cat, using wood, using throwaway materials and building different things, rounders bat, and using plastic to make a ball. So I think they would put a stone in the center and then they would just use different, and that's a good way to recycle plastic. Yes, I think they call it something like a county. So they would put a stone or something hard in the center, and they would just keep wrapping plastic around it and just burning it slightly so the plastic would hold. So they would do something like that and use that to play cricket or different things. And the boys would make bats from the stem of the coconut leaf, because it was very solid, and they would carve it out and do different things. I remember my brother using the little part of the coconut leaf, and he was using it to make bird cages and so on. There's so many innovative things. I'm hoping that Carlisle could join me maybe on the next show. We could call him in and connect him live, because I would like for him to have a picture up so you could see who I'm talking to as well. I could always call him, but I wanted to be able to people to be able to see who we're talking to as well. And just sharing different things. Students, there's so many things that you can do with your hands and recycle material, natural resources around you. There's just so many things that you can do. I think I want to have a separate show just for him to be able to share that with us. So good morning to you, Carlisle, down there in Dominica. I know that you're connected with me live on the YouTube channel, Dia Learning Academy. Thank you so much for connecting with me. And I look forward to sharing with you next week on the show. I really think I would call you next week instead. But thank you for connecting with me this morning.
One nation, Antigua and Barbuda must remain as one. Tell all of them politicians we have no room for any separation. We island stay inseparable. Antigua and Barbuda, we are one people. Prince Hugh Frank returned from England, formed this breakaway movement to control Barbuda land. Papa and Lester, let them do as they like. What God stand upon will not sit down for unity. He will fight. I tell you, two island, make one nation.
Ah, two islands make one nation. I mean, if we just take a little moment and listen to these songs, we could actually get some good entertainment from it. I mean, it's meant to entertain. It's also meant to educate, And I was told that this is Destroyer Senior. So we had Young Destroyer earlier, and now we have Destroyer Senior, which is what I am trying to say. We want to pass on tradition. We want to teach you, the young people, so you can continue to, instill in the other and that the tradition can stay alive. Benny is connecting with me there and sharing some really, really good ideas. Take advantage of the diverse Caribbean culture that we have. Yes, we want to be able to do that because then, you know what? There's no other place in the world that you can find all the diversity of the Caribbean. And sometimes when I travel and people ask me where I'm from, they talk about my accent. Hey, where you from? When I'm in Antigua, people say you sound Dominican. When I go to Dominica, people say I sound Antiguan. And guess what? I just say I am Caribbean because we all come from that nice chain of islands and, country as well, because we have Guyana down there. And it's just amazing how if we really stop to pay attention of the richness of our culture all put together, and how we can just enhance it and enjoy it. So that is something quite interesting here. And Destroyer Senior is talking about we are two island nation. And sometimes we tend to forget Barbuda, which is why I like that our calendar has a Barbuda Day of activities as well. So Barbuda has its past. We know that Antigua is bigger and there's a lot more things taking place. A lot more people live on Antigua, but there's also Barbuda and things taking place in Barbuda too that we would like to share. I mean, we're having so much fun this morning. The time is slipping away on us. It's almost time for me to leave you for today. But I will be back next week, Saturday, by God's grace, as we continue to celebrate Antigua's independence. And like I said, I'm hoping to have Mr. Winston there connecting with me from Dominica, because it's also going to be Dominica's independence as well. Antigua and Dominica are kind of like brother and sister, or heart to heart. They have this big connection going on, even with our leaders. So we're going to be sharing that with you and the different things that the children were able to create as we continue to celebrate Antigua's independence, as we continue to celebrate Antigua's culture, as we continue to celebrate the culture of the islands in the Caribbean, and we continue to just enjoy it. Remember, tomorrow there's an Independence Thanksgiving service, there's National Heroes Day celebration, looking at all the people that have contributed to Antigua in different ways that we consider our national heroes. Some of them have died, some of them are still alive. Be different people getting knighted over the years. And I like that about, during the independence season, that we have people being recognized for the service that they continue to provide. I mean, I was a nurse there, Soraya, who also was highlighted also for her service, especially during the season. So there are different things taking place virtually online. So please stay connected to your local stations and, pay attention to what's going on. I know the young people love Facebook. So if you're not listening to the radio, you can connect on Facebook and check out what is happening in your country during the independence season. I know that the students, you like your TikTok videos, you like your videos as well. So why not make a video, make a meme about Antigua's culture, post up the flag, take pride in your country, take pride in your culture, share about your dukuna and your saltfish, what you will be eating, if you're gonna add raisins or not, just have this enjoyable time via social media, comment and share and like and talk and have different discussions, whatever it takes to just help us to remember who we are as a people and just how much we can enjoy it.
My fellow Antiguans and Barbudans, let us pay attention to the condition that we live in. Its effect on our children. Never go forefathers in slavery. Father and die so we can be free. And as time goes by, our inspiration make us become an independent nation. Like an hour that has left its bone, there's no turning back, we must press on. And we kindle our zeal from 1981. Independence, independence. Our forefathers' dream is a reality. Independence.
Reading. You're sharing that with us this morning. Independence, our forefathers' dream, has become a reality. So, young people, I want to charge you this morning and ask you, what is your dream for Antigua? Where do you see yourself contributing to the culture of the country and even as the Caribbean, as a Caribbean nation? Patrick is saying there, let's keep the Caribbean together. And I always believe as a young person that if the Caribbean nations were able to pool their resources together and unite as a people, that we could accomplish so much. Some people say it's not possible. Our leaders are not going to allow it, but maybe if we really want to, and because as we know, we might be independent, yes, but we still depend on each other for different things. And if we are able to pool our resources together as Caribbean nations, as a Caribbean people, we can become the United States of the Caribbean. And we could do so much. I mean, there's so many talented, innovative young people who are living abroad. I mean, the last time we had this Antiguan here living in Africa, and he's contributing to the economy there, and he's advancing it in such a great way. We have so many Caribbean nationals living in other parts of the world, and they're putting their talent out there, and they are doing such a great job. Imagine if we were able to keep it here in the Caribbean and put our heads together, how much more we can accomplish and how much change we can bring. I mean, if it has to be, it's up to us if we want to make that change that we want to see. So I want to charge the young people to dream big and have a vision. Have a vision for what you want to see taking place in the Caribbean, how you want to see it advance, how you want to see it change. And Antigua has become a melting pot with so many different nationals from far and wide, just working together for the advancement of the country and the advancement of the economy. So if we can do that as a Caribbean nation, we could do so much more. So something to think about during this independence season.
Antigua is home. It's home for me. Land of sun and sea and total beauty.
I am playing this one again as I'm about to take my leave because I love it so much, and it's good for us to do a little dancing. So this is time for you to do your morning exercise with Auntie Dia on ZDK Liberty Radio. If you are sitting down and listening to me, or if you are, laying down in your bed, it's time for you to get up, do a little stretch, and dance to this one with me. It's your morning exercise that's going to help you to keep healthy. We are an active people here in Antigua. So just enjoy this one with me as I'm about to take my leave. Thank you to those who joined me on the Facebook page, ZDK Liberty Radio 97.1. Thank you for those who joined me on YouTube channel, The Learning Academy. And thank you for those who are continuing to listen to me via the radio. It was always great and amazing to have you. Thank you so much as we continue to enjoy Antigua's independence. This is Youth Envision, and I am your host, Auntie Dia.
The flavor of this enchanting country forever will haunt your memory. Come on to my heaven of rest. Enjoy the fresh breezes, sunshine, sweet caress. Oh, those of you who have canyon in mind will find sandy beaches, perfect for recline. Come if you dare, come and explore. Open arms await you, you couldn't ask for more. All we have to offer is at your request.